All right, so check it. If you are looking to pick up a Jordan Fleer rookie or any high-end sports card, and if you're newer to the hobby, chances are you're going to screw up and pay way more than you should.
Actually, I did.
So how do I know this? I know this because I've done it quite a few times, probably more than I want to admit. So the hobby has changed a lot since I was a kid. I used to collect cards when I was 9 or 10, and I had a lot of fun. Getting back into the hobby, things have changed a lot. You have grading, you have slabs, you have RPAs, you have all these different types of cards. So chances are, if you are newer to the hobby and you're trying to pick up cards like a Jordan Fleer rookie or any rare high-end sports card, you can pay a lot more than you really should. But I have learned the hard way, and I want to make sure that you aren't making the same mistakes that I have made. So in this video, I want to break down what are the 4 best places that you can pick up your dream card, whether it be a Jordan Fleer rookie or any card that you have wanted to add to your personal collection. What are the 4 best ways that you can save money and not overpay? Be sure to stick around to the end because I have a special clip Now stick around to the end because I have a special clip from some sports card cannot speak. Now stick around to the end because I have a special clip from some YouTuber sport carders. God, help me. What is wrong? I cannot talk. Be sure to stick around to the end because I have a special clip and I'm going to show you some sport card YouTubers that know how to get the best deal, and you actually see it in action. So once again, stick around to the end so you can check that clip out. All right, if you want to see how to get the best deal, let's begin. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Pop One Sports Cards. As you can tell, I am flying solo today. My boy Parker is at school right now, and he is loving life. Boo! So the main reason I am doing this video is that this is the video that I wish that I had just over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years ago, before I got back into collecting cards, or investing into sport cards, as I should say. Because when I got back into the hobby, I didn't know what a good price was. I didn't know how much to pay, and I definitely didn't know how to get the best deal. So for those that are getting back into the hobby and you want to make sure that you're getting the best deal on whatever card that you are buying, this is the video for you.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
So in this video, yes, we are using the Jordan Fleer rookie as the example, but it doesn't have to be a Jordan Fleer rookie card. You can apply this strategy trying to get the best deal with any card that you're looking to add to your personal collection. Before we get started on the different ways, the best ways to save money buying sports cards, I do want to stress 2 very important points. Point number 1 is be patient. Now, this might not apply to you, but it definitely applies to me because when I got back into the hobby, anytime that I saw a card, and for me, that was a lot of the Jordan cards. When I saw a card, I wanted to buy it now, buy it now, buy it now. I didn't want to miss out on an auction because I had this fear that I would never see that card again. But this is before I understood pop counts and understood how eBay auctions work, and before I even attended a card show again. And many of the cards that I had to get right away, I later on realized that, oh wait, this card isn't really that rare. You know, another auction is going to come up. I'm going to find this card at a card show. So what I ended up learning the hard way was I was buying cards and paying more than I should have. So that is one very important lesson. Be patient, especially if it's a card that's not super rare. Now, the second important point that I want to stress, which kind of contradicts the first point, but when you do find a good deal, then you better be ready to pounce.
Ready to pounce.
But point number 2 only applies if you truly understand how the card market works. You understand pop counts and how rare cards are. So if you're trying to find some sort of rare 90s Jordan insert, like some sort of skybox card that's super, super rare, and somebody's offering an insane deal, then by all means, yes, get in. But if you come across a card that sounds like a good deal, but you really aren't 100% sure, make sure that you double check with somebody else, do your research before you jump in. So we're gonna take a look at the 4 best ways that you can save money buying the sports card of your dreams. But before we do that, be sure that you go ahead and like this video, share it for anybody that you think that's gonna benefit from it. And I mean, I said like it, but go ahead and just smash that like button while you're here.
Smash it.
Okay, I appreciate you smashing that like button. Let's go ahead and jump on the computer so we can see how to save money buying the sports card of your dream for your personal collection, or it could be an investment, however you're looking at this. All right, so the first way is probably the most common way that people buy sports cards, and that is through eBay. Now with eBay, there are a few things you want to be aware of, but you know, I'll stress that here near the end. But one of the things just with eBay, so especially looking at a Jordan Fleer rookie. So we're just gonna do a quick search. Jordan Fleer rookie, I'm assuming his sticker may also come up. You can do graded. Let's say that you're starting off, so you just want to do like a graded 7. And I will have another video that talks about the different grades. This is kind of beyond the scope of this video. But basically, you know, if you're looking, just a quick reference is anything that is a PSA 10 or a BGS 9.5 or 10, you know, anything closer to 10 is going to be more mint. So anything at a 5 is like right in the middle, just to kind of give you some perspective on, you know, the differences there. So for somebody that's starting off, the Jordan rookie that I have right now is a PSA 7 as put in perspective. So all right, so here we're looking at some different options. So here you have a Jordan Fleer rookie, number 57. This one is a current bid. So if we wanted to look at which ones are ending the soonest, that's going to pull up an option. Now be careful here because yes, these are graded, but be careful of counterfeits. And I have another video going live here soon addressing some of the best counterfeits.
What? Counterfeit?
Here's an example. So this is a BGS 7. So this is graded by Beckett. This one here, starting bid is just under 6,000. And we've got 7 hours left. So, okay, like, is that a good deal? I mean, it could be. Let's look at some other examples. So we looked at a BGS 7 here. We've got another one here. This is an SGC 7. And here we have a PSA 7. So we can also eliminate, if we want to look at just what are the buy it now versus the auction. So you can click the tab up here for buy it now. So you can see, so this one here is graded by SGC. You can see this one's pretty off-centered, but this one here has a buy it now price of $5,400, starting bid at $5,150, just to kind of give you just some options here. So there's the one we just looked at. Here's a PSA 7. They want 12 grand. Full disclaimer, I got mine for 5, just to kind of give you some perspective there. Here's another BGS at 7.5. So that just kind of gives you an example. But if you really have no idea, let me go ahead and take this grading off. And here's a little trick, and I'll share more of this in a later video. But you have all these different options on the left here, where you can then pull up the sold items. So now you can actually look back and see how much these Jordan Fleer rookies sold for. Now I'm going to add the number to hopefully clear up some of this search here. So we can see that this Jordan, this is a Beckett 8.5. It sold for $9,900. These are all replicas. Okay, we've got a best offer accepted on a PSA 8 for under $13,500. We don't know how much that one sold for. I know there's some software that you can get where you can see what those prices are, but what you do know is that the person did not pay $11,000, you know, for that Jordan. We got a PSA 4 sold for $3,600. Ooh, that's a nice little one. That's SGC 9.5. Best offer accepted below $65,000. Booyah.
Booyah!
We got PSA 8 sold for under $9,000. So we got several of these, right? So that just gives you an idea about what these are selling at. We got PSA 9 off-centered, sold for under 15,000. Another BGS 8 sold for 74. So those are the ones that have ended. Now we can just look at the auction. Let's actually take off the sold here. But as you will see, like there are prices all over the place. But the quick little thing that you can do by far, if you can pull up the sold, and then you can see, you know, what are the recent sales or the recent comps. You know, if you think about when you're trying to sell a house, you're trying to figure out how much to sell your house for, you would look at similar houses in your area to see what the comps are. Same thing is with eBay. You can pull up comps on any card to see what it sold at. Now, you know, my strategy has always been, so I would look at a card that I could afford, and I was really looking at the PSA 7. I felt like that was a good starter card for me. Here's one right now. We've got it at 5,000. It's got 1 day left. So there's one example. This one just got listed. But really, and then what I would do then is I would save, you know, that card, you know, add to the watch list. That way you can see it. Now, another thing that you can do if you want to start doing some research, now be careful on this, but I know that this card is not going to sell for $1,000. So I would go ahead and bid, like, let's just go $1,250 on this card. Confirm. I've already been outbid. Somebody's already willing to bid higher. But what this does now is I'll start getting notifications on this card, and I'll be able to see how much it sells for. So it gives me a good sense of, you know, what is the end price going to be. I also like to watch an auction in the last like 30 minutes. Hour to 30 minutes, because you can see like how much this card will spike. There've been so many times where I thought, oh man, I'm gonna get this card. Like I feel good about it, and all of a sudden like it shoots up another couple $100 in a card like this, a higher value, it could shoot up a whole lot more. But eBay is by far the most popular route to go. But the thing with eBay that you have to consider is, I mean, here actually is a good example. You got two factors. You have shipping, which this one here, they're looking at $36 in shipping. And that might be about average for a card of this value. If you're looking at having expedited shipping, if you're going to have insurance on the card, so you have to consider shipping. The other thing that you have to factor is tax. So with eBay, they're going to charge you tax. It's just, you know, one of the things you can't avoid, you know, with eBay. So if you're buying this card for $5,000, if you're roughly around that 10% tax, you know, you're already going to tack on, you know, another good chunk onto the final value. So whatever you win, you know, if you win it at 5,000, you got to factor in shipping and tax on top of it. So you're going to end up paying much more than that $5,000 winning auction. Now with each of the 3 Jordan rookie cards that I currently own, all 3 of them were purchased on eBay. And the strategy that I went about was, like, I knew about how much I wanted to pay, you know, for a PSA 7. So I was looking at prices, I was looking at auctions, until I finally found one where I felt like, oh, I'm gonna get this for the price point that I wanted. And I was able to get exactly what I wanted to pay, you know, for that Jordan rookie, for the PSA 7. And I've seen other PSA 7s that went for 500 to 1,000 more, and they were within like a few days of the auction that I won. So it does pay, you know, to start following certain auctions, bid on certain auctions, so that you can see what that price point was. And typically, you know, if it's like that last day, you know, if it's still within 20 to 30% of whatever that price is that you're comfortable, then that's how you know that you have a good chance of getting it for the price that you want. Okay, so that's looking at eBay, trying to make sure that you get the best deal. Now, another option, and this is relatively newer to me, I have made quite a few purchases on this site now, but MySlabs.com is a site that only sells cards, sports cards that are graded by the top grading companies. So you've got PSA and Beckett, CSG, SGC, you know, are some of the main ones, I think the only ones that they have. So with here, if there's any downside to like an eBay marketplace, is that you're not going to have as much of a selection. So if I type in Jordan rookie Fleer here, let's see what comes up. So, all right, so you've got, here's a PSA 6 for 5,500. We got a PSA 7 for 8,300, a 2 for 3,500, an 8 for 99, So, I mean, you can already see there's actually a decent amount that's already on here. Here's another PSA 7 for 13,000, just to kind of give you an idea, right? You got PSA 7 here for 8,300, and this one here is for 13,000. All right, so let's just say, for example, that this is the one that you are interested in. So you just click this listing. So here's the cool thing. Now, not every MySlab listing offers this, but on this one here, you can see this is the price that they are asking, but you also have the ability to make an offer. So if you want to like lowball it, you can start putting in like $2,000 here. You can also see that no one has made an offer on this card. So here you can see the card. You can, once you either hover your mouse over it, or if you're on your phone, you can see it. See that corner there a little bit. You also have the back of the card. You can see the how that one is off-centered. That's why it's got a 6th grade there. And that's relatively it. I mean, it's a very simple platform, but if there is one major plus about buying off of MySlabs as opposed to eBay, it is this. So with MySlabs, you pay a 1% fee, 1% commission. Like that is all that you pay. And if you actually click on the About MySlabs here, you can see there is a 1% seller's fee. Like that is all that you pay. They do not collect any tax. You as the buyer do not have to pay for any shipping. So the only thing that you are paying is the 1% fee. Like that's a pretty awesome deal. So if you can get somebody to be willing to sell you a Jordan rookie or any card, once again, at a price point that you feel really good at, and you only have to pay, like let's say that for $5,500 is what you feel is a good deal for this PSA 6. So you're just tacking on a 1% fee on top of that, and that's all that you pay. MySlab takes care of all of the, I guess, the communication between you and the seller. It's on the seller's responsibility to send you the card, package it up. And if there's any issues, you can always contact MySlabs to find out. I have purchased quite a few cards. I think right now I'm up to at least 15, maybe 20 cards through MySlabs right now. And the ease of transaction is really awesome, honestly. Like I'm actually really blown away, like how cool it's been dealing with MySlabs. I had this fear, I didn't really know much about it. I have not bought a Jordan rookie through MySlabs yet, but I mean, if there was a price point that I was interested in, I mean, I would by far use this platform. So we've got eBay, we also got MySlabs. Let's take it the third option. Okay, so option number 3 is one that I, up until probably a few months ago, never thought that I would ever use, just because there was something about it that just felt super sketchy, super high risk, and just had a fear that I was going to send money to somebody in India and I would never see the money again, or just somebody in the States, somebody was going to take advantage of me.
Tell me, did you send the money?
So what I'm talking about is through Facebook or through Facebook groups. And I'm not talking about Facebook Messenger or a Facebook Marketplace, which you could also do, but I was able to find there are several groups of people selling sports cards. And there's also a few that are very specific to Jordan, since we're talking about Jordan now. So I'm just going to show you a group. This is one of the groups that I'm involved in, and I think I have made a few deals here. Have not bought a Jordan rookie, although I did see a deal that I passed on that I do regret, but we'll save that for another day. Let's see if I can find a listing really quick.
How does it work?
Here is a listing. So at the time of this recording, this post was posted about 11 days ago. So this guy's got a Jordan rookie. It's a Beckett rated 8. He's looking for $7,000 in the US, shipped, insurance, and tracked. Also accepts PayPal. And one thing about with this group, or these type of groups, what I have learned for the most part is that if somebody's looking to sell, that's either because they need money, there's some sort of personal situation where they need to drum up some cash, or, well, they need money, but it's not for an emergency. It's because they are trying to purchase a bigger card or a much more valuable card. Now with those people, they're not as eager to sell, but somebody that's in a bind, those situations, chances are they'll be willing to take a little bit less. And that's where I had discovered, actually it was a Jordan, it was a BGS 9. And what the guy wanted, man, like I totally regret not pulling the trigger. And if I'm being honest, this is one that I considered. This one looks like it's still available. So he's asking $7,000. If it's been sitting here for a week or so, then you might be able to get it for $6,500, maybe $6,000. You never know how much it will go for. Now with the one, we'll say, downside of trying to find listings here in a Facebook group is that these don't happen a lot. Like this one looks like it was in July. Let's look at another group that I'm in. So we've got the Jordan Kobe. We're gonna do a quick search for Jordan Rookie. And let's see, it's like the same one. I know that I saw one here the other day. Oh, here's like a BGS 6, for example. This is back in August. So this one, this person wanted $3,500 for a BGS 6, and it looks like it sold. I don't know how long it sold. Posted August the 10th, and yeah, it looks like it sold pretty quick. That's what I'm talking about. If you see something that is a really good deal, then you better be willing to pounce. Have the money ready. Here's one in September. This one was a Beck at 7.5. Looks like he had an 8 as well. So he's asking $6,800 for this one. So you can see, they don't have a lot of these. Like there aren't like a lot of Jordan rookies. It's not like there's one like every day or every week, but every once in a while you'll come across a good deal. And that's what I'm talking about. Be patient. Be patient, because chances are if you wait, if you missed out on a deal, like there will be another deal. I have to tell myself this. The same advice I tell my son, like, dude, I know this is a good deal, but there's always going to be a good deal. I need to take some of my own advice sometimes. So yes, be patient, but also if you want this card, if you're ready, if you have the funds available, then buy it now.
Bye, bye, bye.
All right, the most important thing you need to remember buying any card through a Facebook group is that if you're using PayPal, use goods and services. Do not send money to family and friends. Yes, there is a 3% fee, if you're using goods and services, and you can negotiate who pays that fee. Sometimes the buyer pays it, sometimes the seller pays it. It really just depends on how quickly, does the seller want to get rid of that card. But you want to use goods and services because even if you're paying that 3%, because that does protect you if the card gets lost or if there's any scam. You can also put a hold on that money so that you don't have to pay it out until you receive the card. So if you're using PayPal, use goods and services.
Made promises, Daddy.
Okay, so the last way that you can buy any sports card and probably get the best deal, but there is a catch, and that is going to a card show. I used to go to card shows when I was a kid, and I loved it. So since my son got back into it, we've been to maybe 5 or 6 different card shows, most of them in our area, here in the Nashville area. But when I go to these shows, people are looking to sell. And the one thing that I have learned, and you hear this all the time, cash is king. If you have cash, people are willing to deal, they're willing to negotiate, and you can typically get a card for a whole lot less than what you're seeing on eBay, any of those comps that are being sold, and probably getting better deals than you're seeing on MySlabs and maybe even in some of these different Facebook groups. Now, I know this is true because when we were at the Music City Nashville card show, so Roth Cards TV was there, and I'll call him his sidekick, Sports Card Taxi, was also there. And he picked up a Jordan Fleer rookie. It was a PSA 8. Now, I didn't know exactly how much he paid for that card until I watched one of her videos. But whenever he told me that he already had an offer for $8,000 for a PSA 8, I knew that he got a great deal, because I would expect to pay anywhere from $8,500, maybe $9,000, $9,500 for a PSA 8. So if he was already getting offers for 8,000, then he was already making a profit. But then I watched the recap video, and you can actually see that clip right here.
What'd you just pick up?
So we just picked up a Michael Jordan Fleer PSA 8 and a Tom Brady Bowman Chrome PSA 9.
PSA 8.
Or PSA 8 for 10K cash. I might have to borrow some cash on it.
Uh-oh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
So as you can see, not only did he pick up a Jordan Fleer rookie, but he also picked up a Tom Brady rookie. And because he bundled those together, paid cash, he got a great deal. And that's the thing I love about card shows. Like if you have cash and if you're willing to negotiate, you can get a really good deal. Now, another way to save money at a card show is that let's say that you don't want to pay all cash. Well, the dealer or the vendor may also be willing to accept partial trade. So if you have some of your cards that you want to bring to the show, and maybe you've got $2,000 worth of cards, maybe 1,000, either way, if you're willing to part with some cards that they're willing to give you cash for, that can make up the difference. So if you're wondering in what order I would look to buy a Jordan Fleer rookie today, well, there's a reason I did these in order, because you actually need to reverse the order. So start with the card show first, then go to Facebook groups, then My Slabs, and then eBay. To me, that's where you're going to get the best deal, as long as you have some time. Like if you're trying to do this for a Christmas gift, then waiting to go to a show in your area, because there may be a chance that no one in the show, no dealers, no vendors has a Jordan rookie. Like I think I did see that at one show. Not that I was in the market for one, but anytime I'm looking at somebody's display case, like I'm always, anytime I see a Jordan rookie, it catches my eye, and I typically will ask, how much are they looking to get? But that's where I would look. Card show, Facebook groups, My Slabs, and then eBay. And I would apply this to any major card, whether that be, a LeBron rookie or maybe a Derek Jeter rookie. Maybe you're looking for Patrick Mahomes. Like, doesn't matter what player you're looking at, I would still apply the same strategy to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck. All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't done what you know you need to do, smash that like button, subscribe, share it with all your people. We appreciate you. This is Jeff from Pop One Sports Cards out. Until next time, peace.